rooted in hip hop. That's what I'm talking about. Where's that shine at, bro? Where's that shine at? Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready for some boom, baby, boom? Rise and shine. There's some shine behind that cloud, bro. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. And then this morning, you don't see what I see. Every day is Warren G. This morning I was jamming to my 90s music and channeling all this energy that I see that most people don't see. Shit, they just chopped all these trees. Chopped those trees back, boy. Look at this, trying to avoid people trying to walk into me. You know me, I'd be in this bitch. This is what we do out in the murky. You get a chance, check a look at it. God damn, they came in here like a wrecking ball and just totally took all this out. Yeah, that's what I see. You know, I see construction, I see destruction, I see preservation. And that's what came up this morning. It was like, you don't see what I see. You don't see the Saints brand logo pulling up on the High Life shirt because I washed it with too hot of water and it peeled up. And my buddy put a Saints brand logo inside the High Life logo and it doesn't belong. Most people don't see these things. Most people don't see how lazy they are. Most people don't see how lonely they are. And most people don't see themselves in the mirror. And as I had the conversation this morning, let's go take the shades off, it's not that sunny, with myself, was I could feel it. Bro, I'm telling you, I feel it in my soul, I get it hot now. I can feel it in my soul, I'm feeling hot now. You know, carry me higher. That I could look at my body and be grateful there's no belly. Or when I was 30 and I did have a belly and I couldn't see my own dick. Or that your accomplishments only last so long and then they flip. You know, every one of us has some kind of vision or what do you call it? A mission. That's what I call it. A mission, a call to arms to say, hey, I want to do something with my life. You know, before someone tries to get your attention when you're already on a mission, before they try to distract you with whatever thing they're on, or before they flip the script and pretend that they're not who they say that they are. And that's all of us. That was just me watching my friends forever disagree with their behavior and watching it be repetitive. And then I had to have that conversation with myself. You know, the conversation had to come from the inside. Like, do you really want to have this belly or do you want to hide? Do you really want to be free or do you only want momentary satisfaction? And then for a guy that had a father that was always about, let me plug this up while we go. Let's start this morning marijuana motivation. A father that was always about delayed gratification, right? Most people don't want to see their masturbation. Most people don't want to see their repetitive behavior. They don't want to see how toxic they really are. And as I was watching the guy pour his coffee, 3 shots of espressos with a shot of something, and I think it was a Boston, what do you call it? Very bossing, not demure. And it was just like very toxic. At least he was keeping it real, how toxic he was being, right? And just like Rihanna says, she don't want to lie. You know, Rihanna the singer, she didn't want to lie about her habits. And a lot of us are trying to cover it up, right? All this wind, I might as well walk backwards. You know, wind in my back now, bitch. See what I see? You know, and taking things that come at me and make them pay rent for that fee. You know, you don't just get to come and distract me. I gotta learn something. I don't just show up to the gym. I gotta earn something. And for most people in their lives, they're just going through the motions and never seeing their situations. And that's when it occurred to me. We are clever monkeys. If we wanted to show somebody, you know, something, right? If we wanted to externalize something, and our fake those beautiful flowers in the forest, man. It's cold, it's windy, but I'm still out here. You can't stop me. And that's what I keep saying to people. To see what others sees means you get to be as judgmental as they be, right? I get to go see fake eyelashes and I see insecurities. Morning. I get to see people walk past me without even acknowledging me. You know what I mean? And all these people, they go into their world and they don't see that they were being rude, right? That they have an attitude, that they have an external wall that they can't see. You know, how am I going to get past those eyelashes if you never blink? Or because your lips are got needles in them, or that you've been cut open wide and now you got plastic in it. And I'm just like, wow, dude, it didn't work, did it? Those fake ticks got fake relationships. And everybody knows it, but nobody want to talk about it. Except for Marky Saint, because I'm all on my life! You know? Wide open field, baby. Nothing but space and opportunity for me to keep my lats getting big from my pull-ups and my stomach getting flat from my sit-ups and my determination. I distinctly remember saying, I'm only 30 and I can't even see my own penis. My belly had gotten so big, 235, 245, I didn't see that I was pouring on the calories. I was just so focused on making some money that I didn't care about my real happiness. And that's my happy penis. Because now, my penis, I gets to see this. And that's why you don't see what I see. You don't see the struggle. You don't see the other side. And for all of us smart monkeys, we got advice for people we don't even know. Good morning. You know? And another human being didn't acknowledge me. You know what I mean? This is Finland for you. They don't see that they are restricting their ability to reach beyond their country. They don't see that these repetitive behaviors seem like fun, but it's destroying their culture. And they don't see what happens with the time that they give over to other things. It was just like that. I was watching Michael Caine this morning, and he was saying he wanted to, I met the most nicest lady on the bus today, right? And he was like, you're a nice lady. He wanted to grab her by her shoulder and say, you, instead of externally focusing on somebody else, why aren't you talking to you, yourself? And this is the whole conversation that we have to have. You know, to internalize things means that they're inside of us without a focused direction, right? And I always like to say, if you don't handle it, it'll always come out of you sideways, you know? And I've seen energy come out in weird ways, you know what I mean? Whether it's extreme tattoos, or it's what is it, adrenaline sports, or real sadness turned into real anger. You know, we go like, how did you get here? How'd you end up in prison? How'd you end up in jail? How did you end up this way? And it turns out I chose it, you know, unknowingly, right? Dating women that are like my mother, repeating bad behaviors, hoping that it would make me happy, not listening to a no, especially when I'm in a different country, yo. You know, how many of us are like that? How many of us does it take a fucking 2x4 to grow across our face before we realize this is our place inside of our body, that we need to be aware of it? We need to be aware of our situations. We need to be aware of our destinations and our mission. But you don't see what I see. You don't see transformation. You don't see the other side of the pain. You rather numb it than handle it. And I'm on some, I was sick of handling, I was sick of numbing, and it didn't work, bro. I was sick of trying to fucking fake it to make it. You know, I wanted to actually make it. And that's what Saints Addiction's all about. That high life, baby. I wanted to show myself that I could be my best version. Everybody's like, the best version of myself seems to be out there. But how many people have ever seen the best version of themselves? How many people have ever seen the gym in the morning? You know what I mean? But how many people want to feel their stomach flat, but they rather take the pills instead of eating right? I mean, that's what's happening. We're the type of people to give so much advice to a new motherfucker that we just met and give them some philosophical Plato shit. And when it comes down to it, we aren't spending time with our kids. We're sitting on the couch. Yesterday, I almost fell asleep again. And I was like, no, stay, time is wasting by. You're 45. You ain't got another day to just lie. And that's what it was. I wasn't going to lie to myself. I got up. I went to the hospital. I still got to get this thing cut out of my jaw. And started to get some information. Of course, they ran me around and didn't give me my prescription. Even the girl said it was online, and it wasn't online. And, they had to call the hospital, and she had to repeat herself 8 times. And I'm just like, lady, let's move forward. You know what I mean? And she was like, you're right. I keep coming over. That's not right. And she was so stuck in a loop. I started to count how many times she forgot what was what. And I was just like, that's what it is, yo. That's what it is. You're not seeing yourself holding on to what's wrong instead of making it right. And that's why we had to have this conversation. You got to keep it tight. Keep it tight. All right. Almost grabbed him. These St. Shays be wanting to fly off. Beautiful weather. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. Yeah, you know that I will be untrue. You know that I will be your liar. If I were to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. Getting that fire in the belly, in the gut, that you say, what's what? It's not the way that I want it to be anymore. I don't want to outplay myself. I don't want to be the guy that lets the laziness take place, and then I blame other people because my face is missing teeth, or I'm getting bad. What you call it? I'm getting bad. What is that called? Complexion. Some people's diets, their skin. It's all tied into the way you treat yourself. And it's also like a Neville Goddard would explain, or no, my bad. Napoleon Hill would explain. Is it Neville Goddard? Who's the one pumping it? It might be Neville Goddard, where you're talking to yourself, and you can externalize everything else. You could say, hey, I'm a sporty chick because I bought some Nikes. You know what I mean? Or I want to go. There's the big Duvanta sticker, baby. Or I want to go on a journey, but I'm afraid to travel by myself. Or I want to start a business, but I fear I don't have any money. And all these things, talking about another lady instead of considering yourself a lady, are externalizing something that is your own power source, right? So it's almost like outsourcing. You're outsourcing your ability to make your own self happy, which is what I think really everybody wants. And you're also forgetting how to channel your energy. And this is a big thing for all of us, to go like that energy that we were putting into me. Go ahead, sunshine. Little sunshine, come on out. And to say, I'm gonna do something with my life today. I'm gonna go to that gym. I'm gonna fucking figure it out. I'm gonna re-examine until I can get to the destination that I imagine. This is the holy grail of situations. This is what makes us. This is who I am. And to say I am that I am is as powerful as you are to God. If you were to say, well, what is God's name? I am that I am. You are who you are, who you say you are, not who you pretend who you are, but what your behaviors say. And that's why we always say actions are louder than words, is because it's easy to look at somebody. It's like being overweight. When you're obese, everybody can already see you're lazy. It's a different thing when you're covering it up and you're like a functioning alcoholic, or you're always had depression issues, or you forget how to transfer your energy into positive things. Most of us, we're chasing those emotions. Most of us are just like, oh, somebody judged me, so now I'm competing. I feel some kind of insecurity, now I'm competing. Oh, they have more than me, now I'm competing. Instead of making me more, I'm worried about who has more. I'm worried about what they're driving, or they're worried about driving, and I'm not worried about what you're driving. Like my spiritual mentor said, when you come to the club, nobody knows how they got there. They don't know how much money you got in your pocket, and then there we go, trying to flex with our bottles, and then we go to some. I think I was watching a line outside of a place in Bali, like they turned Bali into Las Vegas. You know what I mean? And if I'm in my flip flops and shorts, the last thing I'm gonna need to do is go to another club and pretend there was love. There's no love in the club. It's all a pecking order. Same like going to an NBA game and everybody wants to be down on the fucking front row and wear all their chains. You're hiding it. Just like Mike Tyson said, you're hiding behind. People won't like me if I don't have enough money, right? They won't really like the way that I think. They'll think that I'm weird. I'm afraid to express myself because then I'll be judged. And it's like, where's the self-examination on this? You know, where's the fuck what they're judging? Can you break yourself down like you break other people down? You saw the plastic fucking lashes. What's your version of plastic lashes? I'm just curious because all of us have it. Is it a spoiler on a car for guys? I'm not quite sure, but you know, all of us are externalizing something. We like to say that we're overcompensating, right? When a guy's got a big truck and a small dick, he's overcompensating. He's not. He's just masturbating. He's not actually ejaculating or penetrating. He's on the focus of I just want you to believe that I'm happy instead of just having my actual happy. And this is what I really fight for, is my clarity, right? The clarity and ability to look and examine myself and my life and say, okay, this is what I did with my energy. I didn't just sit there and watch things go by. No, I stayed up till about 3 a.m. and made that shit happen. Guess what? Now all of a sudden we're on the job that I posted for NSEC.ai. We're looking for a sales representative to follow up on our cold email calls. And I filled out to the last one. It was like the 10th one on the list, post jobs free. And guess what? I didn't have to pay the $95 a day to post a job on LinkedIn, but they would sell it to me. They would sell it to me on Indeed, wouldn't want to process it, didn't want to verify me, wanted to charge me $35 on Craigslist. And I started to see that this isn't about a possibility. It's about a workaround. You know, I'm having to find a way to make it my way. You know, it's not going to be paved, right? And literally I was like, I'm staying up till this thing fucking gets done. It wouldn't go through. Woke up 3 o'clock. Well, stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning, got back up and talked to my business partners. And it was just like, I'm not done. That's not a touchdown yet. You know what I mean? I'm not giving up till I accomplish what I wanted to set out and do. Now, it might take 15 years to do. It might take 10 trips to fucking Finland. It might take a long time, but in that time, I was putting in my time into me, away from those other possibilities, away from those other trajectories that I would have possibly have kept going if I hadn't controlled me. You know what I mean? And that's what this is all about. Self-control. And that's what I wanted people to have. The ability to see not only what I think I see, because it's a think, and not only what I believe, but what I reinforce with my behavior, right? Like, how do I behave when you're not looking, when the camera's not live, when I'm not in the club, when I'm not all dialed up? Most motherfuckers are sitting there looking at their messages in their underwear, and I'm over here in my underwear doing my business, but they don't care. And that's where it stops. It's like, if you had cared, you would have put more energy into it. If you had cared, you would have valued the time more. And if you had cared, it wouldn't be a maybe, it'd be a definitely. And that's what they was. My buddy's like, I don't care. And that's the problem. And it was like the most truthful shit he had ever said to me. It's true. Because if you don't care that you're missing your teeth, and you don't care that your sons don't have medicine, and you don't care what's happening with them when you're hungover over the weekend, it bleeds. Thank you, universe. It bleeds. Little bits of snowflakes. Yeah, it's actually snowing a little bit. I can see it. It bleeds. And you think no one sees. Man, you don't see what I see. And that's why we're having this conversation this morning. Yeah. You don't see what I see. Every day is Warren G. You don't hear what I hear, because it's so long to be through these years. And that's what I wanted people to be able to believe after they see. It's more important that you see it than other people see it. Instead of trying to get other people to believe in your dream, it's more important that you believe in your dream. Get him, boy. Hooba boyka. And that's it. You know, get that weight off of you. Let it leave your soul. Exercise the demons. You will feel so much better instead of the one that doubles down on a stupid comment so that other people believe it. Trump. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where you're just like, I didn't miss that shot. I didn't lose the election. I'm going to cheat at golf. And it's just like, man, all we're going to see is a liar. You know, like most of these people, here comes a little bit of snow. Are you lying to yourself? Are you keeping it real and 100? That's the biggest question of the day. Most people don't want to have that conversation. And I'm having that conversation every day. I'm talking to myself saying, do you still got it? You know? Then show me. Show yourself that what you're made out of. Show yourself that you don't want that drama no more. Instead of doubling down and dating someone else and posting it online and you were just at Disneyland last week, so in love, and everybody saw it. No, now I'm single. I'm like, no, you're not. You've had side dudes, you've had broken promises, and you'll do it to the next guy because you don't see it. You think you're clever. You're just going to hang out your fake tits and put up some makeup and pretend that you're not a single mom that has no income, hits other people in the DMs, tries to make money off of OnlyFans, and still try to secure a real boo when you're flipping through every different week with a new dude. Come on, bro. That shit ain't gonna happen. You gotta make it happen, Captain. And you gotta show yourself that you can be the captain of your own ship, that you don't have the distraction of running after something that isn't meant for you. You double down on your stupidity, then that's the definition of insanity. That's exactly what it'll be. Just stupid. And you know, that's not what we want. You know, we want to show ourselves that we can feel good after a workout, that we can exercise the demons instead of let them control us, and also put ourselves in a different direction. You know, see yourself accomplish things you never thought were possible. I do things by the end of the never, bro. I've never done that. Oh shit, now I gotta eat it, now I gotta do it, and now I gotta reinforce it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I think I already did the pull-ups. Let's go. Shit, I still busted a muscle in this elbow. That's okay. I'm out here today. I'm away from all the bullshit that seems to be happening every day. Everybody trying to be like, oh, it's on somebody else. Well, I got news for you, son. I got 99 problems, but my life ain't one. You know, I'm not against my life. I'm not against my prosperity. I'm not against my intelligence. I'm not against myself no more. And because of that, I get to thank the results when I'm showering in the morning and I can feel my muscles and I can see my flat belly and I'm feeling good. Then I gave myself the dopamine. It's almost like the guy said it was like a $50 bill he found in his pocket. Well, he's given himself future dopamine. He gave it to himself. It wasn't trying to find it through the lottery or somebody else trying to show them something. No, ma'am, no, sir. Show yourself, bro. Show yourself. Fuck them if they're not watching. Fuck them if they don't see it. You know, show yourself that you don't have to double down on the same shit like a kid. I keep talking about it, but all of us is like this, where it's like, don't take away my beer. Don't take away my cigarette. You almost got to slap the cookies out of their fucking hand. And that's what ended up happening to me, man. My buddy's like, you don't need that poison. And he grabbed the fucking napkin with all my cookies, threw it out the window, but the window was only open this much, and poof, powdered sugar hit everywhere in the car. And it really shocked me enough for me to see that I was addicted to sugar unbelievably, like really bad. So these are these things that we get to self-examine, we get to re-see and resurface to the possibilities that we are to our best level. You know, the best version of me, yeah, the best version of me is definitely not sleeping in. The definition of me is definitely not taking naps. And the best version of me is definitely making Saints Addiction last. So, you know, I'm on the case with my designs. Still got to find my fucking designs somewhere, somehow. $200 worth of DTFs are out there, and I got to find them. And I'm on a mission to find me. That's what it was, to find the new body that I had, to get away from the dread, and I know you know what I mean, and to go in infinite possibilities. If I go like I know, in a world of pure imagination, you will see what you see if you truly wish to be. Dun, 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 dun. I truly wish to be. I truly want to see different sites, museums with my friends. You know, that was awesome. And now we're going to go to the Perspective Museum, kind of Meow Wolfish, from Vegas to Helsinki. Oh, or let those abs sink in and to leave the house. Get some fresh air. Take a cold shower. Wake up yourself, you know? And that's what this whole conversation always is, to rise up. Wake up and rise up. And show yourself, bro. Show yourself what you're made out of. You don't got to be showing the world. I just get on this to preach, and teach, because I made my life 9 years. YouTube just sent me yesterday. 9 years of going live damn near every day. You know, when's the last time you made a 10-year commitment? Because I was doing this way before then. So it's more like 15 years, really, you know, but it still hasn't blown up. I still haven't got the thumbnail straight. Paid some guy in India and overpaid. Now it's still not done. So what I'm going to do, blame him or blame my emotions? No, I'm going to figure it out, get a workaround, and find somebody that actually can get a touchdown. I'm not throwing the ball to team members that want to